Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel ABAP Genius. In today's video, we will be discussing about the performance annotations or the service quality annotations which are available in the CDS view. So let me go to the first slide. So these are the CDS view performance annotations. So what are these? Usage type, data class, service quality and size category. And we have different values available for each of the following annotations. And if you want to see the list of annotations which are being used in the CDS view, then SAP has provided a standard table DD head ANNO. So you can create a report on top of that table and you can do whatever you want based on the requirements we get. And you can here it is also mentioned that we can create a report on this table and we can find out the CDS views which doesn't have the annotations with percentage usage type keyword. So that means it will give you the CDSU where we are not using these annotations. So if you observe, these annotations will be always present in most of the, not in most, in all of the CDS views which are defined by SAP. That means all the standard CDS views have these annotations. But as when we are going to create the custom CDS views, we are not at all using these annotations in our custom CDS views. But if you deep dive into these annotations and find out the purpose of these annotations, then it will help you that it will improve the performance of your CDS view. So these are called as performance annotations. So this is the usage of these annotations, and let us go to the next slide and understand what is the values available and purpose of that values. So data class. So this is the first annotation and we have transactional and master data values available for that annotation. So we already know that transactional data is always in high, we will be having higher records or higher volumes of transactions, and we will be writing or we will be modifying it very often, like in a day to day basis, like sales order. Here we have mentioned the example also, header and items for sales order processing or financial posting. This is like a day to day basis activity and we will be modifying or we will be doing the things very often. And the second value is master. So master data is read but not returned or changed in high volume transactions. So we already know the difference between transactional and master data. The same way here also it is like that only. So master data we will be changing it or very rarely, like master data we won't change it at all in most of the cases, and it will provide the users about the information and it will enable the user decisions when there are transactions which has to be executed using the master data. So these are the values available for the data class annotation. And next annotation is service quality, and we have A, B, C, D, X, P. These are the different kinds of values available for these annotations. So we have listed out the difference between these annotations. So here if you observe the number of tables we are varying based upon the value of the service quality annotation. So here we have three tables. So if you make this annotation value as A, your CDS view should not contain more than three tables. And in the same way, it is 5 for B, 15 for C, and 100 for D. And if you make it a 6, so it will be able to push down the application code to HANA, and it will be mainly used for special purpose like data migration. And if you make this as a, we should not, the CDS view should not contain functions, and it can contain functions which can be applied on result set. And if you make it as C, it shall not aggregate huge number of data rows. So that means if you want to use aggregation with a huge amount of data, you cannot do it if you make the annotation value as C. So if you make it as D, customer data should have at least one field like that, and X we don't have anything. And so if you make it as V, it should not be used for general purpose like a simple CDS view, and we can't consume it from the UI also. And these are the some other differences for the same thing, like huge number we cannot aggregate, and same things like we cannot be conserved within application logic, no need to maintain annotations for size category and data class if you make it as P. And if you see, the CDS view cannot contain tables of different data classes. So if you observe in our previous slide, we have data classes which are transactional and master data, and with the combination of those, the CDS view should not have, like one table should be, all the tables should be either same or like that. It should not contain one transactional data table, one master data table. So that way you cannot make it if you make it as A, and it can contain different data classes in case of B value. And single select field transport, so it should be less than 10 milliseconds. So the CDS view has been built to structure the SQL view model, and it shall be only reused in another views. So this is the P type service quality, and the same continues here. So runtime, this is like when we are running the select query, field transport should be less than 1 millisecond. This is something like while running the CDS, which uh, can be related to the performance. So it should be 2 milliseconds for B, it should be 20 milliseconds for C. Same for select a single star, also 2 milliseconds and 5 milliseconds less than for both A and B correspondingly. So these are the some various differences which are available for the service quality annotation. Let us go to the next slide. Size category. The next annotation is the size category. So if you observe here, this is the size category values available, and these are the rules. This means the number of records we should have, that is the main motto of these annotations: SML, XL, double XL. So the number of rows which can be retrieved should be less than 1000, and here it is 10,000, not 10,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakhs, 1 crore, and greater than equal to some millions. So these are the values available for the size category annotation. And this is all about the service quality annotations. And let us see one standard serious view and let us recheck if the service quality annotation is available or not. So this is the CDS view. I have opened it just now. So this is some country CDS view. So we are getting the country and country code and some union number, and we have an association here also. And to composition child, okay, association type is composition child. We have marked it as, and some 3-digit ISO code, 3-letter ISO code we have. So this is the simple CDS view, and we have many annotations here. We have buffering shares, all these things. I have explained almost everything like in my previous video, all the ABAP catalog annotations. So you can watch that video if you don't know about these annotations. And searchable, client handling, these things we will be covering up in our next video. Searchable like will make you the fields to search if you use these annotations while defining here. So here this you have made this annotation as true and search.default search element true. That means for the country field you can do the searching at the UV level. These annotations we will be using mainly in the wrap. So if you want wrap series, please to comment down. I will do the wrap series also. So let us find the service quality annotations if it is present or not in our CDS view. So if you observe here from 11 to 13 line, we have the service quality annotations. Here they have mentioned the size category as yes and data class as master data and service quality as A. So if you observe any other standard CDS view, that CDS view also contains these service quality annotations. So from next time, whenever you are creating a custom CDS view, make sure that to improve the better performance of your CDS view, include these annotations in your CDS view. I hope this video is useful to you. Please do like, share and subscribe to this channel for more interesting videos. And if you have any queries, please do comment down and I will be happy to answer.